How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I have for you guys a couple games of ranked seasons. I am going up against an opponent with 99 overall Willie Mays. I don't know why it popped up as 87 overall, but he does have 99 Rogers Hornsby and 99 overall Pudge, along with Tony Gwynn in a stacked team. I think one of the reasons why that might happen is because I have the 87 overall Willie Mays on my bench, so sometimes the game glitches out when it's like that. But that's why you really have to pay attention to the player's stats that you're going up against. But there's the first error that I've seen from Jose Reyes there at shortstop in an online game. I've made a couple errors with them in a computer games and just grinding out the conquest, because there are the new missions and new moments and everything dropped today. If you watch my previous video, then you'll see all the new content that they just implemented today during the roster update. But we have Ichiro up at the plate here. I'm looking to get something going, and I popped up with them. A rare occasion where Ichiro does not get on base to lead off the game. I've been really hitting extremely well with that card, and same thing with Jose Reyes. He's been probably my best hitter overall ever since I picked him up. It seems like I get on base a couple times each game with them. He's got a couple singles, some extra base hits as well. Frank Thomas, on the other hand, I haven't really hit as well as I would have liked to with them so far, but it's taken me a little bit to get used to his swing. I've been hitting a lot of hard ground balls and line drives like I just did to the second baseman right there. But once I start to pull the baseball a little bit more with Frank Thomas, I think I'll start to hit for more power with him. I noticed I've been flying out a lot to right field. But there, Jay Buhner kind of got a weird animation. He fielded the ball with his back towards home plate. That was kind of strange there. But Pablo Sanchez is blocking the baseball. This game was so far didn't really have too much action. Only a couple base hits from the opponent in the second inning. I wasn't really able to get anything going. But he does have Mike Scott on the mound, and Mike Scott is a very effective pitcher in this game. He is extremely tough to hit this. It's extremely tough to hit the splitter and try and pick up the difference between the splitter and the fastball. He does have it as his primary pitch. A couple of these pitches, I thought I squared him up pretty well, but I was just under him and popping him up to center field. And here we're facing 99 overall Tony Gwynn. And I'm really glad that I got this Roy Oswalt on the mound for this game, especially going up against the guy who has 99 overall Willie Mays and Hornsby and Pudge Rodriguez as well. This play is kind of a little bit strange. Stanton was fielding the ball out there in left center field. I wanted to field it with Ichiro and throw it in, but then once I was able to field the ball, he kind of ran towards left field. It allows the opponent to get a run, a sac fly there with Jim Edmonds. Jim Edmonds is a really good card in this game. I'm trying to pick up a few lefty bats in my lineup. I don't really have too many lefty bats, but Cody Bellinger did get upgraded to an 84 overall. So that's nice. And then when he's playing up on inside edge, he's a pretty good, solid diamond first baseman off the bench for me, at least like a solid lefty. I do have a couple good switch hitters though, and I'm looking to pick up Chipper Jones, the 87 overall Chipper Jones again. But Pablo Sanchez up, and I just got under that one. I thought I squared that one up pretty good. I thought it was going to be sent out into the gap. And now we have Giancarlo Stanton up at the plate. I squared that fastball up. I felt like I was under it and had a pretty good launch angle on that one, but it was a line out to center field. Stanton was playing up on inside edge. He hasn't really been playing down that many days, I've noticed, but I am going to probably sell him in the future. But, I mean, he's just been a really good hitter for me. On legend difficulty, he's extremely tough to hit with because he has a really small PCI. But I noticed that with, even on Hall of Fame, it's a little bit tough to hit with them every now and then. The straight power hitters in this game are kind of more difficult to use than a guy with contact and high vision. And that's why I really like going up against these teams with 99 Willie Mays and all these guys, Pudge and Rogers Hornsby, because they have really high contact, really high vision stats. It makes it a big time challenge. It makes it extremely tough to face these teams and face these pitchers and everything. And everybody has a really good team right now, which I think is awesome a month into the game. And I kind of have a budget team here, but I am looking to make some upgrades for my team with all this new content that they just dropped today, and the new event that's coming out in the next couple days as well. But there, Jay Buhner hit a base hit up the middle. I've been kind of struggling with that Jay Buhner a little bit. He hasn't been the best hitter for me, but once again, he's also more of a power hitter with lower vision. And Ty Cobb, on the other hand, has been my best pinch hitter off of the bench. He has really, really high contact and really high vision. And then Ichiro's going to send one into the gap. Finally, I'm able to get something going, string together a couple hits, and score a couple runs. I was just really having a tough time hitting the pitchers that he was throwing at me, and finally late in this game I've been able to get a couple guys going. He walks Jose Reyes to face Frank Thomas, and he has Goose in into pitch. He brought him in from the bullpen, and I ripped base hit up the middle. That's going to be a big-time hit from Frank Thomas. Once again, he has really high clutch and extremely good hitting stats. And I've been sending a lot of balls up the middle with him, hitting base hits just like that. I haven't really tapped into his power all that much besides a couple extra base hits into the gap and stuff like that. But once again, they've been line drives. And here with Pablo Sanchez, 97 speed, and Jose Reyes is going to be able to score on that one. That was a big-time play to go up 4-1. Scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning and put the pressure on him. But however, the opponent is not going down without a fight. He is going to try to make this comeback. And Stanton's going to get hit in the face out there in left field. I've been really having a tough time with Stanton on defense out there. That's why I'm looking to sell him. I need a guy that's better out there in the outfield for me. And at least with gold or diamond fielding, I'm nervous to use Tony Gwynn out there in right field because he does have bronze fielding as well. Jay Buhner does have gold fielding, and he's been pretty good for me even though his reaction isn't the best. With the 4-1 lead, I did take out Frank Thomas, and I went to a better defensive person over there at first base. I put Ben Zobrist at first, and I put Trevor Story in at second base just because I needed to have a pinch runner for Frank. I didn't want to hit into a double play. I wanted to try and get an extra, steal a base with Acuna, and that's who I did bring in. But I wanted to try and be aggressive and score as many runs as I could there in the 8th inning to put the pressure on him. But I did get the dub, and now we're going up against a completely opposite type of team. This guy has a budget team, and this opponent was rated 887, so this game will be for his World Series. He'll have more than enough points if he wins this to make it into the World Series because I'm already in that division. And I'm also making the 88 overall Stan Musial debut in this game. And he started off the game with the nice base hit from David Peralta. That card's pretty good for a gold, and Stanton is unable to make the play. If I had a better fielder out there, I think he makes that play, but nonetheless, he is going to be out there for a couple more games before I do sell him. I've been hitting really well with him against lefties, but against righties, I've been struggling a little bit more with him. But there, Frank Thomas, once again, is hitting a base hit up the middle. Brings up Pablo Sanchez with bottom of the 1st inning with 2 outs, and I squared that one up, similar to the last game, but that one was a little bit better, and that one was indeed sent out for a home run, a no-doubter from Pablo Sanchez with Alberto Mondesi's swing. I really do like that swing. It's really short, compact, and I use the default swing with him, so try to get the best animations when it comes to no-doubters and everything like that. But facing Starling Marte, and look at Frank Thomas. He's going to react to this one. Fields the ball over there at first base, runs into the wall, but he's been making all the plays for me over there at first. Evan Longoria is ripping a base hit up the middle, and Evan Longoria has been very good for me at third base. I just haven't really been hitting with them. There I was able to finally get a base hit up the middle. It's been tough to square the ball up on Hall of Fame difficulty or Legend difficulty especially. I need more guys with higher vision like I was mentioning in the previous game. But there, Frank Thomas once again making the play over at first. He's been fielding his position fairly well. He's only taken a few bad reactions over there, and I mean he still knocks the ball down. He's a pretty big first baseman, so he is going to be able to catch line drives that are kind of over a lot of people's heads, if that makes sense. But now in the top of the 5th inning, the opponent has the gold Roberto Alomar up at the plate. He hits one there to Frank Thomas. As he steps on the bag, he throws it to second. The opponent rounded third base, tried to score, and Pablo Sanchez runs him down there. That's going to bring up Jose Reyes to lead off the inning. He throws one kind of over the middle of the plate, smash it into the gap. That's going to be off the wall, but he did play it well off the wall, so I wasn't able to get to third base there on that play. But now we have Frank Thomas up at the plate, and I was able to steal third base with Jose Reyes, and there he breaks my bat. At least it was going to be a productive out. That's going to score the run, making it a 3-0 game. And now I'm looking to close this one out with Juan Marichal, only 76 pitches into the game. That's going to be a line drive to center field. Ichiro makes the play there. That's going to be the first out. The first out's always the biggest out in the 9th inning. You don't want the opponent to lead off with a home run or something, kill your shutout, and then your confidence meter goes down. I mean, I have maxed out confidence because he is pitching extremely well in this one. And I'm able to get blinking good feedback more often, especially because he is a control pitcher. But there was a daily mission to get a complete game shutout, and that's why I really wanted to go for that with Juan Marichal, because I'm looking to finish up the 1st inning program at this point. I needed a few more stars to get to 600, and that would unlock a few packs. So hopefully I can pull something out of there. I haven't really pulled anything out of my free packs, except for, actually, I think I pulled the Chris Bryant out of my free pack. I don't think I bought that pack with some stubs. That might have been from Conquest. But anyway, we're facing David Peralta up at the plate. And this opponent was held in check. I mean, 3 hits so far. I was only able to get 7 hits. It was a pretty low-scoring game. Not too much action, but definitely a good game. There as Frank Thomas gets kind of a bad reaction, but that was a rocket to first base. I don't expect him to make that play. That one was hit 98 miles an hour. And now we're facing the Chipper Jones here. This is probably one of his better hitters in the 3 spot for his budget team. But he does have some pretty good players that aren't necessarily a lot of stubs on the market. But this opponent was also pretty good, man. I mean, for having a budget team, A.J. Burnett on the mound, he was pitching very effectively. He was hitting the ball. He just wasn't able to string together a few base hits and score with runners in scoring position. And that happens sometimes. But there we get the dub. We'll probably get about 10 to 15 points for that dub. But that's going to put us to around 930 something. And in the next video, I am going to be going up against one of my friends. And then I also have an upload against one of the best players in the world in Zoe Gaming. And I'm going to be uploading that those 2 videos tomorrow. So stay tuned for that, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching.